Attention therapists who do intravaginal work. If you are interested in learning how to get a better pelvic floor muscle contraction, I have a really easy, quick tip to share with you, so stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Lynn Schulte, a pelvic health physical therapist and curriculum developer and principal instructor at the Institute for Birth Healing.
All right, so I'm excited to share this little tidbit with you because I've just found it so fascinating in my practice. So here's what I'd like for you to try. The first thing I want you to do is actually to assess the pelvic floor muscles. So we are going to do what you normally do to assess the tone and tension in the pelvic floor muscles. And after you have a really good sense of what's going on and where there's tension and where there's weakness, the next thing I want you to do without doing anything else is just turn your finger around and find the urethra. Now, usually when I'm doing that in the clinic, I will let my client know that I want them, or that I'm going to turn my finger around, because that twirl can feel a little interesting in there for your clients. So I'll say, I'm just going to turn my finger around so I can feel your bladder. And I'm looking for the urethra. The urethra sits right at 12 o'clock there. And it feels like the length of our finger, and it's just a tube. And you should be able to come up on one side and come up on the other side and assess that urethra. You're going to follow that urethra all the way back so you get to the urethra's firm. At the end of it, though, it becomes really mushy. And that tissue at the end of that firm urethra is actually the bladder tissue. And so I invite you to just put your finger right on that bladder tissue, right at the edge of it. And you're just going to send it some attention. Give it some love, as I like to say. And you can even have your client breathe down into that bladder, breathe down into your finger, and just give it some attention, give it some love. And you may not feel anything happen with underneath your finger there, but after doing that for 30 seconds to a minute maybe, then turn your finger back around and reassess those pelvic floor muscles and see if you notice a difference. I've been surprised when I didn't feel like there was anything wrong with the bladder after I'd assessed it, and I just did that. I noticed a significant change in the pelvic floor muscles. Now, they still need attention, but there was a change in the tissue and even in the function. So to me, the bladder is the kingpin of the pelvic floor area, and making sure that it is nice and balanced and happy in there is critical for greater pelvic floor muscle function. So check that out and let me know what you find out. And if you'd like to know more about other assessments that you should be doing to get a stronger pelvic floor muscles,
Please download the 6 Key Assessments for a Stronger Pelvic Floor Contraction PDF. The link is in the description to this video below. Thanks for checking it out, and thanks for listening in. Take care.